Hey guys. So, today I am going to be reading The Long Ride Part 2. Okay, let's just jump right in. One day, Dylan, Brandon, Landon, Lucas, and Sierra were at the police station. They had been working since 4 a.m. They had to work until 11 a.m. It was around 9 a.m. when they got a weird call. Lucas's phone rang. It was an old woman who was paranoid that someone was stalking her house. At first, they didn't take her paranoia very seriously. But as she kept calling them, they started to worry for her. So, Landon, Lucas, Brandon, Dylan, Sierra drove by her house every day. One day they drove by this woman's house. They found the person she thought was stalking her. They arrested the man immediately. The woman wasn't home at the time, so Sierra called the woman, telling her that they had arresting the man that was stalking her. "Thank you, you are a miracle to me," the woman happily said. "You're welcome, ma'am. Bye," Sierra replied. "Bye, sweetheart," the woman said. They hung up. After they arrested the man, they drove back to the police station and threw him in a cell. They sat back down at their desks, waiting for another call. Soon, around 10 a.m., another call came in. But this person that called didn't speak. So Brandon hung up. But they just called right back. Still, they didn't say anything. So Brandon hung up again. They never got a call from that person again. Soon 11 a.m. rolled around. They clocked out and headed home. They pulled into the driveway and headed into the house. Brandon and Sierra had a 1-year anniversary date planned for that night. So Sierra got her best dress on and put on a little makeup. Brandon got his old jeans and his favorite t-shirt out. He hasn't worn his signature outfit in a few years, so he got ready. He broke out his favorite cowboy boots and slipped them on his feet. Sierra was ready before Brandon because she got a head start. Besides, it doesn't take Sierra very long to get ready. It takes longer for Brandon to get ready because he is just like a girl. He has to decide what to wear, then he changes his mind about 15 times, and then about 35 minutes later, he's finally ready. So Sierra was waiting for Brandon in the living room with Landon, Lucas, and Dylan. Brandon walked out into the living room. "You ready, babe?" Brandon asked. "Yeah, I've been ready for like 15 minutes," Sierra replied. "I know, I'm just like a girl. I take a long time to get ready. Let's go." Brandon said. "Alright, bye guys," Sierra said. "Bye y'all," Landon, Lucas, and Dylan said. They walked out to the truck and hopped in. Sierra rarely ever lets someone else drive her truck, but on a night like that, she let Brandon drive her truck. Brandon drove them to a nice restaurant that they haven't been to since they met. They pulled into the parking lot and parked the truck. They walked in and got a table near the back. They got their usual drinks, then they ordered their usual meal. They ate and drank and were reminiscing about their old memories. "Do you remember the night we met?" Brandon asked. "Yeah, it was a night like tonight," Sierra said. "Yeah, and you looked so cute. Now you look beautiful," Brandon said. "Thanks, you still look the same," Sierra replied. "Yeah, I used to think we'd never make it this far, but here we are, first year of marriage together. Wow, time flies," Brandon said. "Yeah, I never thought we'd date for as long as we did, but here we are," Sierra replied. "Yeah, I love you, honey," Brandon said. "I love you too," Sierra whispered. Suddenly, they got up to dance to their wedding song. The song was "When I Said I Do" by Clint Black and Lisa Hartman Black. They danced the night away. Soon, Dylan, Landon, and Lucas walked into the restaurant. They sat with Brandon and Sierra, and they all talked about and spent time together. Sierra got up to sing a few songs. Brandon wanted her to sing a Whitney Houston song, but she didn't want to. She just sang a few country songs and she was done singing. Soon after, about 3 hours, they went home. Dylan, Landon, and Lucas left before Brandon and Sierra. Sierra had to use the restroom before they left. After she got done, they jumped in the truck and headed back home. Dylan, Landon, and Lucas were already in bed by the time Brandon and Sierra got back home. So they snuck in the house quietly so they wouldn't wake them up. They got the pajamas on and went to bed. Brandon had a little too much to drink, so he was kissing and hugging on Sierra more than he usually does. Sierra didn't mind it because she was used to it. Eventually, he drifted off to sleep. Sierra was on her phone scrolling through her Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. She eventually went on her YouTube channel to check on how her videos were doing. After she checked all that, she went to sleep. She woke up at around 10:30 the next morning. She watched a little TV for a while. Then she went into her studio to film a few videos. She has 1.5 million subscribers on her YouTube channel. She got her camera ready. She decided to film herself talking about how her marriage was going. So that's what she did. She usually films at least 3 videos a day. But today she only filmed 2. She made the video talking about her marriage first. Then she talked about how her life was going in her second video. After she uploaded those videos, she was done filming for the day. Then Brandon, Dylan, Landon, and Lucas woke up after she was done filming. It was around 11:30 a.m., so they had brunch and sat on the front porch sipping sweet tea and watching the cars go by. They had the radio on. They were listening to their favorite country music station. They were sitting on the porch just killing time. Soon they had to go to work. They started work at 1 p.m., so they left at 12:30 because it takes them 30 minutes to get to work from the house. They jumped in the truck and drove off. Got to work and clocked in. Sat down at their desks and started their work. Soon Dylan got a call. He answered the call. It was a man calling the police about how he murdered his pregnant wife. He told Dylan that he would shoot himself when the police arrived. Dylan hung up the phone and told Brandon, Sierra, Landon, and Lucas they all ran out to the truck and drove to the man's address. The man was sitting on the front steps with a gun in his hand. He stayed true to his word. He shot himself in the head when they pulled into his driveway. They called for backup. They brought an ambulance. The ambulance took the bodies to the hospital so they could do an autopsy. Dylan, Landon, and Lucas, Brandon, and Sierra headed back to the police station after backup arrived. Soon their shift ended at 5 p.m. They decided to take a road trip down to Nashville to start a music career. They live in Ohio, so it would take a few days to get to Nashville from Scioto. They packed their stuff and jumped in the truck and started the drive. They loved driving together. So they drove around for a while, then they actually headed to Nashville. They got to Nashville in about a week. They got their wish. They were now a famous country band. Their band is called the Moonshiners. They were performing all over America. They have performed with Ryan Upchurch, Adam Calhoun, Brantley Gilbert, Jason Aldean, and Blake Shelton. They major in different genres of music. They mainly focus on country music, but they have drifted into rock, country rap, pop, jazz, and funk. The Moonshiners love performing for their fans. So soon they performed with Buddy Brown. They have a whole album with Buddy Brown. The album is called Like Any Old Country Road. they loved performing together. After they made that album with Buddy, they never got the chance to perform it with him live. He had a family emergency the day they were supposed to perform together. So they canceled the original show. They set it for the next week. Landon called Buddy to let him know that the show was set for the next week. "Alright, thanks, Landon. I'll try to make it to this one," Buddy said. "Alright, we'll see you next week," Landon said. "Alright, gotta go." "I'll see you soon," Buddy said. "Okay, bye," Landon said. They hung up. They decided to practice their song off the new album, Like Any Old Country Road. Here are the songs off this album in order. Number 1, Like Any Old Country Road. Number 2, This Old Truck. Number 3, I Moved Along Without You. Number 4, America is a Communist Place Now. Number 5, My Guitar Has Had Enough. Number 6, Out in the Woods. Number 7, Driving Around My Town. Number 8, My Middle Finger Is For You. Number 9, Keep Your Nose Out of My Business. And number 10, My Life Has Changed. Those are all the songs off this album with Buddy Brown. Fast forward to the next week, Buddy Brown drove down to the house. They jumped in the tour bus and drove to Akron, Ohio for the concert that was supposed to be held the week before. They were practicing their songs on the bus ride. Buddy and Sierra have known each other for about 5 years. Soon, they got to Akron. They were ready to show off. They started the show off with one of their favorite songs ever. Train, Train by Blackfoot is the song they started the show off with. Sierra can play many instruments. She plays the harmonica, guitar, trumpet, piano, drums, and clarinet. So on Train, Train, she played the harmonica parts very well. She also sang on the song. Then they started playing their new album. The last song they sang was Free Bird by Lynyrd Skynyrd. They all headed back to Saya. When they got back to the house, Buddy jumped in his truck and headed back to his house. Brandon, Sierra, Dylan, Landon, and Lucas stayed up for a little while longer watching TV. Soon around 2 a.m., they went to bed. They quit their police jobs after they got their music career. So they were no longer police officers. They woke up and got ready to tackle the day at around 9 a.m. They got dressed and sat on the porch. They were watching the busy day in their town. And by busy, I mean a few people are in the barber shop. A few people are in the restaurant, and only a few people are in the whole town. Their town is very small. Soon, Sierra's phone rang. It was a number she didn't recognize, so she let it go to voicemail. But the voicemail that the person left was very creepy. It was a man that called. Here's the message he left. "Hey Sierra, I know you know who this is. It's your father. I'm out of jail, and I'm coming for you. Hee hee, bye." That was her father. He was in jail for about 15 years for rape, torture, murder, and child pornography. His name was Ernie. And by the message he left, he was out and coming to find her. Sierra was regretting quitting her police job because of that message. Soon enough, Ernie's car pulled in the driveway. They were sitting in the living room waiting for him. He ran to the door and started pounding on it. "Sierra, I know you're in there. If you don't open the door, I will kill Brandon," Ernie threatened. "If you open that door, you will die," Sierra replied. "Oh yeah? You don't have the nerve to shoot anyone," Ernie said. "Oh yes, I do. I was a police officer for 10 years, Sierra said. "Okay, I'm coming in," Ernie said. "I'm ready for you," Sierra replied. Sierra was behind the door with her .30-06 aimed at Ernie. Once the door opened, she pulled the trigger. Ernie dropped to the floor. There was a dumpster behind their house, so they bagged up his body and dumped it in the dumpster. Luckily, this all happened at night. so they got away with dumping Ernie's body. Brandon, Sierra, Dylan, Landon, and Lucas went to KFC for some food. They ate their food inside the restaurant. They immediately got recognized by fans. They met all their fans and signed their fans' things after they left. They went to the park to chill out. They stayed at the park for about an hour. Then they went back to the house. They were going to go out that night, so they all got ready. Sierra was the last one to finish getting ready. When she was done getting ready, they walked outside. They started their walk to the bar. Sierra was wearing high heels, and this pair of high heels are her favorites. They are Brandon's favorites too. He likes to see Sierra in her high heels because he thinks they make her legs more elegant. But they continued walking to the bar. It usually takes about 15 to 20 minutes to walk to the bar. This night, it took them 10 minutes to walk to the bar because they felt like they were being watched. And they walked a lot faster. They got to the bar and walked in. They sat at the bar. As soon as a man saw Sierra, he started hitting on her. "Hey, stop talking to my girl," Brandon said. "Oh, I'm sorry," the man replied. "It's alright, just don't do it again, and we won't have any troubles," Brandon said. "Okay," the man whispered as he walked away. "Are you alright, honey?" Brandon asked. "Yeah, tell Dylan, Landon, and Lucas to keep an eye on him," Sierra replied. "Okay, I will," Brandon said. Sierra went to the bathroom with her purse because she was on her menstrual cycle and didn't want people to know. After she came back out of the bathroom, the same man slapped her on her butt. This was all Sierra could take of this man. She punched him in the face and he fell to the floor. He was actually her father's brother named Shaggy. She realized that after she punched him. Brandon, Dylan, Landon, and Lucas ran over to help Sierra. The owner of the bar called the police. The police arrived and arrested Shaggy. He had broken out of jail and tried to find Sierra like Ernie did. He was in jail for beating, rape, and attempted murder of 5 local girls. He was only in jail for about 4 years before he broke out. After that, Dylan, Landon, Lucas, Brandon, and Sierra ran back home. Sierra literally took her high heels off and ran. She can run really fast. She ran faster than all the boys. She was the first one to get back to the house. They all sat down in the living room for a while. Soon they went to bed. The next morning, they went all out for breakfast. Suddenly, they were kidnapped and never seen again. So that is the end of that story. The Long Ride Part 2. Please like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever I post a new video, and bye guys.